Ruskin said, "There is no wealth but life," and you're proving him right. And I think, for me, one of the great joys of this installation is that this isn't the piece is not in a gallery, it's on this staircase. And this staircase is itself a new addition to this extraordinary combination of buildings. But it's very new. It's made of glass and steel, and it's transparent, and it's filled with natural light. And I like the idea that this work, that is an important work for me. It's important that you know that it's a transitional work between, you know about those iron men on Crosby Beach. Well, they weigh 3/4 of a ton each, and they're solid. They are an absolute displacement of space. This work is much closer to, or it's the pivotal work to what I'm doing now, which is making these, in a way, the bodies as energy fields that are completely transparent, where their insides and their outsides are one continuous space. And that opening up of the body and asking what is a body, rather than it being, as in so many of the pictures in this museum, either a body that is at work, or a sexualized body, or a body in some kind of narrative. Here is a body, this body here that hangs in space is like a spaceship. It's called filter because I'm trying to think of what are those states. I think commonly for most of us it's when we're either lying in bed before we've gone to sleep, or when we've just woken up and we're not quite attached to the world. Sometimes in the bath, you know, that feeling where somehow, at last, I don't have to do anything. And I'm interested in that, like not doing, but being. What is that state of being where we just feel our own existence in space at large? We're not fulfilling some command, we're not fulfilling some kind of mental duty, but we are just being. And where does that sense of being have its core? So this work, you'll see at the middle of it, you could think of it as a heart, but it's like a bunch of grapes. It's a kind of materialization at the core of this open-skinned space. It's like a sieve or a colander that indicates the space where a body once was. And in a way, I want all of you to bring your own feelings about what that space is and think about it and inhabit it empathetically. And yeah, what does all this add up to? I don't know. I don't know what it means. It's you to make it mean something. But for me, the possibility that somehow this work, it's a tiny thing in a great big space, will continue the engagement of all of us. I, too, now am an observer of this work. And Duchamp said, it's now, the beholder's share, the viewer does half of the work. And I think that's the difference between a work like this and many of the works in the collection. You don't have to know the story. You don't have to know the mythological story. This is simply an instrument through which perhaps your thoughts and your feelings can be tuned.